Scene 15 Camping on the Quad. The late afternoon sun cast a warm glow over the Manaheim Academy quad, its light dancing across the cobblestone paths and leafy trees. Generations of students had gathered here over centuries, and now it was their turn. The 10 friends sat in a loose circle on the green lawn, absorbing the grandeur of the ancient buildings surrounding them, each wearing their house cloaks as a group for the first time. It felt both inspiring and surreal. Addie, her fingers crackling with energy, grinned mischievously as she cupped her hands together, conjuring a tiny flame that flickered into a campfire-sized glow. She set it carefully in the center of the group, her eyes dancing with excitement. What's an outdoor hangout without a little campfire, right? She gave Tira a wink. Kelly beamed, setting out sandwiches wrapped in simple cloth, a colorful spread of bright greens and fresh veggies. I made lunch, she announced proudly. She held one out to Devin, who took it but arched an eyebrow. What are you, allergic to protein? Devin observed, inspecting the sandwich. Kelly smirked, unfazed. Well, I'm a vegetarian, she said simply. Besides, some of us are trying to keep our bodies as healthy temples. Kenny, who had taken his own sandwich with a tentative bite, shrugged. Welcome to my life, Dev, he mused. Then he added, glancing at Devin with curiosity. Did you think the simulation could have used something a bit more? I don't know, combative? I felt like there was too much focus on diplomacy. Devin's eyes lit up, nodding in agreement. Right? I can't believe some of those groups didn't even rescue the girl. Did they seriously get downed by those little runts? As Kenny and Devin settled into their discussion on the simulation's mechanics, Max seized the moment to entertain the group with a more light-hearted reflection. Standing up dramatically, he cleared his throat and folded his hands in a poor imitation of a goblin. Oh, shiny lady, forgive me, my life is but a speck compared to yours, he cried, dropping to his knees before Liz in an exaggerated bow. Tommy joined in, fumbling with a pretend invisible crown. Only a true goblin queen could lead us to the finest socks and shiniest of stones. Your most royal shiny lady, he croaked, staggering around as if he were under a spell. Liz laughed, tossing her hair as if she were basking in royal attention, then looked over at Devin, grinning. Come on, Dev, join in. Every queen needs her goblin king, don't you think? Devin groaned, giving her an eye roll but finally relenting, joining Mac and Tommy with a low dramatic bow. You guys are acting like a bunch of idiots, he said, his deadpan delivery adding to the laughter that erupted around them. Across from them, in the warm glow of the campfire, Bannock glanced over at Tira, a soft smile lighting up his face. You know, I had a feeling you'd be in verdant deer with me, he said, a faint blush coloring his cheeks. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Really glad we'll get to explore it together. Tira felt a warmth bloom in her chest, his words filling her with a quiet joy. She returned his smile, though her gaze shifted to the side, the closeness stirring a slight hesitation. She wasn't sure yet if she was ready for this new tether, and her heart fluttered in a way that felt both familiar and unknown. Keeping her voice light, she replied, Yeah, it does feel right, almost like coming home. Glancing over at Val, who sat beside them, she added with a small laugh, And with Val around, I think we're in for some interesting times. Val, catching their exchange with a mouthful of food, gave Tira an approving nod and a rare smile as she reached for another sandwich. Kelly, mind sharing the recipe for these? Val asked, her voice warm. They're amazing. I'd love to give them a try. Absolutely, Kelly replied, her face lighting up. Anything for a fellow chef. As the golden light of early evening bathed them, the group fell into a comfortable silence, each lost in their own reflections. Tira let herself take in the warmth of their presence, the laughter and shared smiles, the easy sense of belonging. The academy felt vast and daunting, but right now everything felt exactly as it should be. In her mind, Max's voice stirred, calm and steady. There was a deeper, almost nonverbal tone in his presence, as if hinting at the layers of mystery within Manaheim, yet to be discovered, that were raw and emotional beyond proper articulation. An image of Professor Myrtle's orange eyes flickered in her mind, the familiarity striking, as if it held an answer she hadn't thought to ask. There was an entire world of secrets woven into Manaheim's ancient halls, and Max's presence in her mind whispered of something more. She'd just begun to uncover what the academy held, and it felt thrilling to think of all the unanswered questions waiting for her. "Trust the journey," she murmured softly, her eyes bright with the thrill of the unknown. A smile crept over Tira's face, her heart swelling as she looked around the circle, absorbing the harmony in their laughter, their teasing, their stories. She hadn't found her place through force or dominance, but through connection, acceptance, and trust. This was her new beginning, and for the first time she was ready to embrace every uncertain step.